that. Don't stop, get it till your clothes get wet.
It's so hot. Even with this beautiful looking cloud that's over me, it's still so hot. At least it's not 100 degrees today, I suppose. So today I want to talk about communication. Just like basic communication and what to do with groups, what to do with just one other person, and what to do if you're passing someone, I guess. So obviously when you're riding, if you're poor and don't have cool stuff and don't have nice Bluetooth communication devices, you have to rely on either hand signals or a plan that's placed before the ride. So obviously there are the basic hand signals of tapping your head for cops, for one. For two, going to the right. Obviously you can't take your hand off the throttle. I guess you can, but you don't take your hand off the throttle. So you lift your arm up to a 90-degree angle and you point that you're going over. And then left, obviously it's pretty simple. Just put your hand out, just point to where you're going. The end. Pretty easy. Other signals, you can tap your gas tank if you need gas. You can tap your belly if you're hungry, or if you have to pee, or other stuff. You can just say, no, I'm done. That's about it. You can make other silly hand signals, silly gestures, just for kicks and giggles. So, mostly I want to talk about communication before a ride, having a plan, and stuff like that. So this leads to my silly story. There was about a year ago, me and my husband went out to do a ride up in the past Park City area called Wolf Creek. So we set out, we get up to about the mouth of the canyon, and leading up to it, it was beautiful weather, so we thought it'd be just fine. And then we get up to the mouth of the canyon and it's like torrential rainpour, nasty weather, super scary, and we're both like, crap. So we turn around and go back to Park City to get some lunch in the hopes of that the weather gets better and doesn't stay scary. So it doesn't. So it's like, well, we can stay here all afternoon, or we can try to go home even if it's raining, and that was probably the better of the plan. So we set out and hoping that it will clear up. It doesn't. It only gets worse. It's freaking like 25-mile-an-hour winds that are going up against us, and it was pretty scary. So it gets to the point where there's all sorts of debris in the road and stuff is flying at me, and I was like, I am getting off the freeway. Unfortunately, Jake was so far ahead of me that I couldn't wave him down. I was honking at him. Nothing was working to get his attention, so I just got off anyways for my own safety. Call me selfish, but I didn't want to die. So I get off and I head home the long way. And I get home and I expect to come home to an open garage and him wondering where I was, and the house doesn't even look touched. The garage was closed. I started freaking out. It was like my worst nightmare. So I wait for probably a solid 2 minutes trying to figure out if he had been home already, because I forgot to mention he had the keys in the garage door opener and I had both of our phones. Wasn't that the best idea that anyone could have ever come up with? Yeah, no. So that made for a very huge mistake and a huge scare. I felt completely helpless. So with both the phones, I felt to call my friend because I didn't know what else to do. I could have gone out and looked for him, but at the same time, what if he showed up moments after I got there and then I still have his phone and he has the keys, and that just would have made a bigger mess. So I felt like it was a better idea to stay exactly where I was. So I'm sitting there, I call my friend, and I just burst into big girly crocodile tears. It doesn't help that she's out of town at this point of time too. So tell her what happens, and I panic. Sitting there in the nasty weather, crying my eyes out, thinking that of the worst. I don't even know what I was thinking at that point. And then about 2 minutes later, he pulls up in our car. And I was so incredibly mad. Not for the fact that he was out obviously looking for me, but for the fact that he didn't wait a little bit longer or leave a note, and I just took off my gloves, threw him straight at his face, and I walked upstairs and went to bed for about 4 hours. So that's that. So we will never ever make many of those multiple mistakes again. The mistake of me having both the phones, the mistake of him having the keys in the garage door opener, the mistake of not having a plan if the worst happens. Oh, it was just glorious. So, yeah, that's that story. We will make sure to never ever let that happen again. And now looking back, it's quite humorous. I mean, we both get a kick out of it now, but at the time it was like my worst nightmare. So, yeah. So we're headed into the weekend. I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend and stays safe. Hit some awesome roads, whether you're going to the track or the canyons. It'll be freaking awesome. Also, one last thing, I just wanted to say thank you for so much positive vibes that I've already received. You guys are awesome, and I so very much appreciate all of the positive words, positive feedback, and stuff like that. I don't think I'd have the desire to do this if other people weren't watching and giving me positiveness, and so I'm really thankful for that. So thank you. I appreciate you. So have a fantastic day and weekend, and yeah.